All right, let's just jump right in. AI is everywhere, right? And we keep hearing these wild promises. It's going to cure cancer. But wait, it's also going to end humanity. And a lot of the time, that's coming from the very same people. So what's really going on behind the scenes at the world's most powerful AI companies? We're going to dig into the power, the politics, and the playbook of these new empires of AI. Whoa, that's a huge claim, right? It's from investigative journalist Karen Howe, and she spent years deep inside this world. She's basically saying the story we're all being sold is just a myth, a fantasy, cooked up to grab more power. So what's the myth? Well, it all boils down to these three little letters, AGI. So this is the big one, the holy grail that the entire AI industry is chasing. It's called artificial general intelligence. And this is the grand vision, the big idea that justifies pouring billions of dollars into these companies and using up an insane amount of the world's resources. But what is it, really? Okay, so this is the official line, literally from OpenAI's own website. The words to watch here are outperform humans and economically valuable work. Sounds pretty straightforward. But here's the thing, that definition, it's kind of squishy. In fact, it's super flexible depending on who they're talking to. And yeah, this just says it all, doesn't it? Our source found that OpenAI's CEO, Sam Altman, is a master at tailoring the message. Check this out. When he's talking to Congress, oh, AGI is this miracle that's going to save the world. For you and me, it's just a super helpful digital assistant. But for the people cutting the checks, like Microsoft, boom, it's a $100 billion money machine. So yeah, the goalposts don't just move, they teleport to wherever the power and money is. Right, so this whole shifting definition thing, it's not just some slick PR move. No. According to our source, it's actually just one part of a much, much bigger game plan. A modern-day strategy they call an imperial agenda. And it comes with a very specific playbook. And this playbook, it has four main moves that, honestly, sound a lot like the empires of old. First up, claim resources. We're talking about gobbling up all our data, artist work, you name it, plus huge chunks of land for their data centers. Second, exploit labor. This involves a hidden global workforce of low-paid workers who make the whole thing run. Third, monopolize knowledge. Basically hire all the smartest people and then control what research gets published. And finally, number 4, control the narrative. This is where they frame it as a big fight between their good empire and some evil empire, like a competitor or another country. You know, if you want a perfect example of this playbook in action, you don't have to look any further than OpenAI itself. The drama inside that company, wow, it's like a Hollywood movie, but it's all about who gets to control the future of AI. And what a ride it's been. I mean, it started as this idealistic nonprofit, right, for all of humanity. But then things got messy. Elon Musk gets pushed out. And then, you probably remember this, the whole world watched in November 2023 when, bam, the board just fires CEO Sam Altman out of nowhere, only to have him come back 5 days later after a massive uproar. So why? Why did they do it? The reason is pretty terrifying. Listen to this. This is from Ilya Sutskever. We're talking about a co-founder and the chief scientist of the company. He's one of the guys who tried to get Altman out. For your own top scientist, the guy who knows the tech better than anyone, to say that you shouldn't be in charge, I mean, that's more than a red flag. That's a 5-alarm fire. And this wasn't just some random boardroom fight. The reporting makes it clear. People on the inside, we're talking executives and board members, they were genuinely scared. They felt Altman's leadership style was manipulative, that he wasn't being straight with them, and that he was creating this chaotic mess. And you just can't have that when you're building something as world-changing as AGI. Okay, so all this drama in the C-suite, it's fascinating, but it's not just about a few powerful people. The ripple effects of this empire building, they hit all of us. There's a real cost, human cost, an environmental cost, and most of it is stuff we never even see. And the numbers, they're just staggering. Get this number in your head, 1 gigawatt. That's how much power one of OpenAI's new planned supercomputers is expected to use. So what does that even mean? It's more than 20% of the power needed for all of New York City. For one computer. Just insane. And this kind of energy and water drain is happening all over the world, often in places that can least afford it. Then you've got the job situation. And what's really telling here is that this research comes from Anthropic, another big AI company. And what they found is, well, it's not great. AI is really, really good at wiping out those entry-level junior jobs. Think about that. It's not just about losing a job. It's about breaking the first rung on the career ladder. How is anyone supposed to get started and work their way up? So who's actually making all this automation possible? Well, there's this massive, almost invisible army of people called data annotators. And the irony here is just brutal. A lot of them are professionals who got laid off, and now they're getting paid very little to train an AI to do the exact job they just lost. Workers call it a digital sweatshop. And the most twisted part, this is now one of the fastest growing jobs on LinkedIn. Just wow. Okay, I know, this all sounds pretty bleak, right? A total downer. But here's the most important part of this whole story. Our source makes it super clear. It doesn't have to be this way. This isn't some sci-fi movie where the ending's already written. We actually have a choice here. We can say no to this empire-building model and choose a different path. And I think this analogy they use is just perfect. It's rockets versus bicycles. The rockets? That's your ChatGPTs. They're huge, they burn an insane amount of resources, they cause a lot of damage, and really, only a few people at the top get rich. But then you have the bicycles. These are smaller, smarter, more efficient AIs. Think of something like AlphaFold, which is being used to discover new drugs. It uses tiny, specific data sets to create massive public good with almost no downside. We can choose to build more bicycles. So at the end of the day, it really comes down to this one question. The future of AI isn't written in stone. It's being written right now, pen to paper by a very, very small group of people. The direction we go is still very much up for grabs. And just understanding what's at stake, like we've talked about here, that's the first, most important step to making sure this story has an ending that works for all of us, not just for a handful of emperors.